now, since I'm waiting. Come on. Wake up. Wake up. Oh, good. In that process, it finally... Is it not? Oh, okay, good. I was like, hello. It did load. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. Why, yes, I am aware I am streaming. Okay. There we go. There we go. I gotta turn this down on my ears before I go deaf. And we should be all set and good to go. This time, I don't have coffee. I have energy drink. I don't exactly know how many scoops are in this. Because, so, you see, I had, for stream, or for recordings, I had done 3 scoops in that, and then I had, like about this much left. But I wanted to fill it up with water, but I didn't want to dilute the mix. So I didn't think 1 scoop would be enough for the level of energy I had in there, so I put 2 scoops. So somewhere in this mix is maybe 5 scoops, and some ice cubes. So this is either gonna be wonderfully ADHD for you all, or I might die. I'm not really sure which of these things, but I think we're gonna find out. So, you know, wish me luck. It tastes like 3 scoops, so maybe I'm not gonna die. I did. What did you make? Best 40 minutes ever. Hey, that's awesome. I might die if I keep drinking this energy drink that I mixed, so we're gonna see. Oh, it's on Discord? Oh, awesome. I'll check that out in a little while. Because they should probably get into the game before the amount of caffeine I just took hits, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, my brain's all over the place because I've lost my sanity. I don't remember what I was doing, but I feel like it was something important. Okay, I can't get any more squishies. I should get more of those. Oh my god, I have so much. I'm gonna go get some more of those blue moon butterflies. Spent 40 minutes plus putting every single action movie I have into one group where it looks like a support group. Oh, that's fun. Oh, right. We saw 2 Dianes. That was what we were doing. I'm trying to think if I did anything that's... I don't think so. Yeah, no, I can't think of anything. Oh! Blue Moon Butterfly. I was gonna record it, put it on my Discord, but Discord wants to be weird and not let my video upload just 40 seconds long. Well, I mean, that's kind of to be expected. Because, like, Discord wants you to, you know, buy things. Left out Deadpool Wolverine as a joke, though. This is gonna sound crazy, but I really, really, really like Deadpool and Wolverine. Like, not only in the regards that I have... Like, my purse is Deadpool and Wolverine. And I think the reason that I like it so much is because I remember that Fox era. Oh, there you are. Yeah, I think it's because I remember that Fox era. Oh, hold on. How do I... Oh, good. Okay, I only got a couple more for collect from the ground. need the net. Okay. No, not just Deadpool, not just because the first one was that Wolverine movie, but specifically the movie Deadpool and Wolverine. Debate about who's the most important Pixar person, me. Is without a doubt Pete. That makes sense. But yeah, like, how do I put this? Because I know a lot of people who don't like Deadpool and Wolverine. Come. Oh shit, I was too energetic. I know a lot of people who don't like it, but I think those people don't remember nearly as fondly the days of the MCU that was like the early X-Men. Where's that butterfly? Okay, so I have them all. Good, got it. But yeah, like one of the things that I like so much about it is just the way it properly does a goodbye. I got that gay. I don't know. Like, here's the crazy thing is it's a silly, dopey superhero movie that has all the proper aspects of cinema. I don't have enough energy. Oh, well. I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna pick that, and then I'm gonna go get that. There we go. That's all of my energy. I can't go fish. Here's my take with Pete Docter. He's been around the studio from Toy Story, where he wrote the screenplay, all the way to recently, where he produces the movies. I gotta say, I'm not that heavy into the Pixar lore. Which I know sounds crazy. But I always learned more about some of the processes with the quote-unquote Disney animation studios. Oh yeah, what it shaped early was Monsters Inc., Inside Out, Soul and Up. I could see that. What do I use? I'm gonna go for another one of those. Okay. Put you in there. Oh, right. My storage is full. Well, look, I'll work on it. Nope. Okay. Interior fur. Oh god, my whole game just froze. I think I want to keep that. I don't know what's over here. Yeah. Close run up is the person who has a good legacy. The guy who directed Toy Story 3, Coco, Finding Dory. Probably more than that. Of those movies, like, don't get me wrong, Toy Story 3 made me cry. Like, a lot. But I think the only one that I truly respect on that list, and that might be my hot take, is Coco. Especially because I cried until I had such a headache. Around about the people who call animation a kid genre. No, okay. Look, I think Schaefer Ellis was right in understanding Brad Bird's, whom is probably the only guy from all of Pixar that I could probably name is Brad Bird. But I 100% believe that Brad Bird is correct in his statement about the genre or the thing of animation. And that if we're gonna have an animation category, we can't be putting... I honestly think that that's probably why anime does so well. Is because it's been full of people who devalue... There we go, I can put this in here. Because it's full of people who devalue animation as a genre. So when you have a culture that doesn't devalue that, but actually honors it properly, that's why... It was Brad Bird that said that. And the person who... Hold on. I gotta... There we go. It's okay to make a movie. He's sad as long as the main character was a good or happy ending. I don't know if it was him that said it or if it was Disney's... Not Imagineering, but their other one. Because Disney has a lesson plan up on Khan Academy that you can go see for free. That's also worked in tandem with Pixar about the narrative arc of their stories, how every single story that they have follows the same exact arc because it's their award-winning formula, which is part of why it makes it... Once I took that lesson, I felt like I couldn't watch Pixar movies really anymore. Unless I felt like they had something genuinely profound to say. Look at the twist of Coco. You're gonna tell me that someone who poisoned his co-star, singer, and lyrics person all because they were jealous and wanted the fame and fortune of something for kids? Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, Coco is willing to take those risks, right? And I have noticed that I was very harsh on Hopper for its release, but I'm beginning to respect it. The more that I've seen clips of it, I thought it was going to be like a... Whoever did the marketing team for Hopper needs to be fired. And I'm genuinely serious about this. They should never go back up in the company. They should be fired. Because when I saw all of the marketing for Hopper, the very first thing that I said was, it looks like if somebody asked AI to make a Pixar movie, and that's what we got. Fall from revival. Yeah, I could see that. I wouldn't say Disney's making a revival. I think Disney's still in its downward spiral. They keep putting their hands in other honeypots to save them rather than try to... Yeah. Like, I'm beginning to get more respect for Hopper the more that I actually see real clips about it. But instead, whoever did the marketing behind Hopper made it seem like it was just going to be some sort of slapsticky, stupid kids movie that was just like AI TikTok bait. I took one look at that commercial and I said, I never want to watch this movie. This movie is going to be complete garbage. This is what happens when you let AI write your scripts. And then I saw some clips from Hopper. I listened to the director and the head of the creative team talk about the motivations and the individual scenes behind each moment of Hopper. And how the weight of the theme of Hopper is the proper usage of true power. And how you use that to help the people around you rather than harm people. And the craziest thing about it is, whoever was in charge of marketing that movie killed that movie. That's it. You know what they could do if they wanted to beat their cash cow effectively? And I'll go back to the game after I say the sentence. If they wanted to beat their cash cow effectively, they have the Muppets. And I get that the man who is in charge of Disney right now genuinely hates anything that has to do with the association of the previous guy in charge of Disney to the point where he'll ruin the entire company to make a point and wants to make his own stamp on everything. But here's how you do it. Make Muppet versions of the IPs you already have. Don't get me wrong, you can continue to do this live action crap all day. I don't care. Make Muppets versions of the IPs you own. Would you not watch a Muppets Star Wars movie? Like a full, genuine, true, IP-backed Star Wars movie involving the Muppets. And allowing the creators of the Muppets to have some creative license with how some of Star Wars is portrayed in a way that allows them to poke fun at their own Star Wars. Would you not watch that? Would you not watch a Muppets version of Cinderella? Would you not watch a Muppets version of Moana? The Muppets came back to Disney Plus as a regular show. Look, true. But yeah, if they just made Muppet versions of some of their existing IPs, I think it would do really, really well. And I think if they did that, they could beat the cash cow of the existing IP they already have while breathing fresh life into it. That is my hot take of the day. Because you could literally, frame by frame, retell Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, frame by frame. And just put the Muppets in it and allow the Muppets to have Muppety lines. Maybe put in a musical number if you're feeling like it. And bing, bomb, boom. You have success. Is it? I wasn't sure. I just know that the Muppets is back. At least on Disney Plus. If the Muppets were to continue to gain enough traction and headway for it, we could do it. Monsters Inc. was very ahead of its time with CEOs. Oh, yeah. Stellar crystals you have donated have gathered in significant number. A new collection has been completed in the Wisteria Records Museum. Based on the records of the constellations, we have compiled the related furniture crafting recipes and enclosed them here. We look forward to your continued contributions to our record collection. Hey. Stellar. Okay, yep. Same thing. Got different stuff, though. I wonder if the cheating CEO ever watched Monsters Incorporated. Probably not. I told you. Hated anything that had to do with the previous guy. Right. Okay, what do I need? Oh, I didn't mean to... Well... I'll go ahead and buy another white chalk, because you never know when you're going to need that crap. You like all the pumpkin-y. I'm sorry, what was that about all? Oh, alright. I'm gonna save on that. You know what I would love to see Disney test out to see if people were still interested in traditional 2D animation? It's not, and the reason it's not is they're gonna see it as being more expensive. I believe that the last hand-drawn Disney 2D animation was The Princess and the Frog. Two healing candy and 2 keen-eyed. Oh, there we go. I can just make 4. I don't know what I need for those, so we're gonna wait. What's crazy is The Princess and the Frog did really well, too. But they're gonna keep saying that. Alright, what do I need for what? Okay. Oh, there we go. So I need 2 witch flower extract. I need 4 roasted frog. Do I have just roasted frog in here? I do. Hold on, I gotta... And my filmmaking stuff goes on well, and I make it to a studio where I have more creative control over movies I make, and more independent animated movies. I won't hyper focus on the money I can make. If I sell it, I will make sure to give to the right people. Okay, I want to. While I agree with that, I want to say something, and I want to say it big because I want to. How do I put this? How do I stress this? But in a good way. So you can continue to make stuff that you love. And it will be fantastic, and it will be great, and it will be wonderful, and it will be meaningful to you. And if you want to make things that are profitable, which is what a lot of companies need to do, not even so much that they want to do, that they need to do, so that this way they continue to pay the salaries of all the people that work for them, not the shareholders thing, but the profitable part. Sometimes that means that you have to sacrifice things that you want to do. If you can continue to make whatever it is that you want all day and every day, and it will be beautiful and it will be amazing and it will be art. But it doesn't always mean that it's going to sell particularly well. And you can make stuff that'll sell all day, but it doesn't mean it's going to have a soul. It just means that you have to figure out how to be able to walk both of these paths at the same time. Being able to learn to do that is incredibly important. Right? A good example of this, like at the time, was Fortnite when it first came out, like forever and ever and ever ago. Right? They made something that was incredibly profitable because it was something unlike anything that the market had ever seen. And it was something that was creative and innovative. Putting 100 people online together in the same lobby to duke it out, winner takes all, was not a thing that had happened. Closest that you got was the success of things like Knife Fight or Call of Duty Deathmatch, but you never had 100 people in the same lobby. That was pretty crazy. Now let's look at something that didn't quite do that well, right? So, for example, let's take a look at the Suicide Squad game, right? There was a lot of love put into it. You can see that, but it was also chasing the trends of games from 2016, in part because it was stuck in development hell, of course. But if they hadn't focused on doing those aspects of the industry, because by the time that those had come out, they were incredibly dated. And if that game had launched in 2016, it would have done incredibly well. There were so many other games like it. But they didn't start development on it until 2016 when it was trending. So those aspects of what was popular in the industry and what the industry wanted at the moment ended up being detrimental to it because of how long it took for the development to happen. But the art aspect of it wasn't innovative enough to get people to come and take a look-see at it. Because the gameplay felt bland, because the gameplay was based on what the market research was saying. Specifically, the guy behind Kirby, God, I wish I could remember names better sometimes, specifically said that market research is incredibly important and can be used to help guide yourself. But keep in mind that when you get things like that market research, you're already dealing with market research that is 1 year old by the time it hits your desk. Right? Sakurai. Yeah. I think so. Because he's also the same guy who does Smash Bros. He's got his own YouTube channel now, I think, where he gives gaming advice, recommendations, if I remember right. But anyway. So I think the Game Grumps even put it really well, right? Is like, once you're those higher end YouTubers, right? Like the bigger ones, right? And your income is suddenly now dependent on whether or not people watch your videos, it's going to matter what you put up, right? Because you might love and adore the game Ikenfell, but if nobody gives a shit about the game Ikenfell, it doesn't matter how much heart you put into it, if people aren't clicking on it and people aren't watching it, you're not going to be able to continue to upload episodes and be financially afloat. And at the same time, if you just go around chasing the trends of what everybody else is doing, you might not have fun or create good art. That's why a few people will do like an episode of like the beginning of a game and then never come back to it. Right? For example, like Markiplier not finishing playing Sons of the Forest with Bob and Wade. He wasn't having a good time. He wasn't having fun. He felt like it didn't create as good of content as he would have liked to have create. Even though it was what was trending at the moment to play that game, they stopped. So that this way he could spend his time making other games, like other Let's Plays that ended up kind of working out for him because it now meant that he had the freedom to play some other kind of weird games. I don't plan on making animations my main focus when I eventually do have a film career. I'm just saying that, I know, I want to set that warning out to you now. You know what I mean? Make wonderful, incredible, and amazing art and put all that effort in, 100%. But if you want to make money, you do have to put effort into the making money part of that thing. Whether that be succumb and put in a popular actor who can't sing as a lead in something, because it will get butts in the seats. You know, that kind of stuff. But I figured I should just say it. Okay, splash carrot juice. I got that. I don't have splash carrot juice, though. Okay, I'm gonna make a silver bell pollen extract now. I have one singular animation passion project. Worked on tinker around with it being Shadow Valley. I like it. Oh my god, I have so much witch flower. Why? I need to start figuring out what to do to get rid of all my frickin' witch flower. I think I need splash carrot. Yeah, I need 4 splash carrot. Wish I could make more. I'm not sure if you have. 1, that's 2. 3. Oh, I have just enough. 4. It's the only screenplay story that's 60 pages of rote. Oh. I'm going to go ahead and do a manual craft on this. Get you up to 4. Come on. Okay, the farthest I've gotten while writing. Ooh. Trying to think what the furthest I got when I was writing, and I think it was like 150 pages, something like that. Like of a book. But I ended up not using it or any of the ideas in it. I do have... It's a really cool idea, and I would love to flesh it out. But I really gotta... There's a lot of problems with the main inherited part of the story. There's that. And that. Ah, stop making me have to do things. Ah. Alright, I got that to an A. About this person who's all grown up and bought his grandparents' house. He lived right next to this tourist attraction. Or breathtaking town. Or breathtaking town. Huh. I'm already intrigued. Oop. That shaking thing is awful, but in different ways. Spinnies. Oh, come on, stop fighting me on this. Shadows have their own form of life and their own separate lives based off of what the person's shadows are. Okay. Hear me out on this one. You ready? Have it take place in Appalachia. And I'm serious. Have it take place in Appalachia. The reason I say this is because Appalachia is already, like, once you get into like the very like woodsy, rural-esque Appalachia, it can already be incredibly terrifying. And if you have it rooted in that type of a setting, people who know the area are gonna be like, oh yeah, no, well, it's because it's Appalachia, that's why, you know. And it'll have a new layer of fear for your audience. Like, Maine already has that with the spooky, misty everything. But with Maine, you already get that association with Stephen King. But if you have it happen in Appalachia somewhere... If you have it happen in Appalachia somewhere, people are just going to assume Appalachian reasons for why it happens. And that will already be terrifying enough as a thought. I don't know if that would work. Shadow Valley is like in a canyon or crevice going downward. And thing with the villain who's trying to pretend to be an old friend of MC to fill in. I still think that you could do it, because here's the thing. Appalachia is a mountain range. And the thing is, the Appalachian Mountains are some of the oldest mountains to exist. So there are going to be like crevices and like that, like valleys and stuff like that that come with Appalachia. They're not going to be as fancy and new as like the Tetons era, but I mean, definitely if you want to set it like out where there's like, you know, like Arizona-esque kind of canyons or even Ohio-esque ones, you could. But I think you can get more terrifying if you do it in Appalachia. And because how do I phrase this here? Hold on.
Hi, Billy Mays here.
We're gonna get an ad here. I'm just gonna show you first. Because Appalachia, at least in terms of a mountain range, come on, is you're looking like Tennessee, the Smoky Mountains. Yeah, this is Appalachia. Where it gets really terrifying is this West Virginia area. But you can also have Centralia, I think, is like somewhere around here too. But we're about to start our ads. I gotta make sure that I can at least pause the game properly before this. Okay. We'll be back. Ad time. Oh, I'm back. Hey, Jam Redder. Welcome in. Oh. Sorry, I'm reading. Huh. Oh, how'd you destroy someone emotionally? I am ready to hear this. I'm trying to think if I think the closest that I get is telling people, like, can't give them $7,000 for a Ryobi corded tool. That's about, I think, where I get. Oh, yeah, I was reading it. Hold on. Sorry, I was gonna say words, but then this... I didn't expect it to be fully ready that soon. I don't know why I didn't. Roasted frogs, flash carrot. Let's see. So what? I mean, I guess financially would be his ultimate goal, but... Like, it... He said he was trying to sell it, right? Because here's the thing, having, like, big, bad, like, awful, terrifying monster villains is great. But also having human ones that are terrifying because they have understandable human motives is also good. So if you get a core nugget of a justifiable human like motive and then show that he is absolutely fucking unhinged and warped more than what it would be permissible for that human motive as the way to make him a monster, I think that will also work better for what you're going for. I have the idea of where both the MC dies and the villain. And villain dies like Clayton. Ugh. I've been sad because they finished the newest chapter of Deltarune. And I told them an extremely important, narratively significant, and just hurting words. Oh. Oh, boy. Six words. Basically meaning to move on. My friend's been playing through Deltarune. They've also been sick and throwing up for 4 days straight. So Deltarune is their one solace. He's absolutely unhinged. That's just a glimpse of his unhinged ass towards his breaking point. Well, no, so what I'm saying is... Like, because obviously he's unhinged, but what I'm saying is, like, if you make even the people that's on his side of the argument see him to be unhinged, it sets him in his own category a little bit more. It's not just a good guy, bad guy side. It's like, oh, this guy is just genuinely fucking evil. Yeah, no, throwing up, not polite and good. I don't think it's perfect, but it's close enough to it. Let's see. As I move things. What have I done at work this week? I literally had a guy come in and he like set a boxed corded tool on the table, and it does not really matter like what the corded tools are. We usually sell them anywhere from $5 to like $29. We don't pay much for the cordeds because people don't buy them. People want the battery powered ones. So I'm looking at it and I go, yeah, I'd be at like $10 on it because it's like new condition. And he's like, it's a $230 something. I'm like, I'm aware of that, sir. Trust me, I know. The heat gun that I have, the Bauer heat gun that I have, that I paid $60 for, we would sell in the store for somewhere between $5 and $9. All right? I get it. I understand that you need gas money to get by. I do. But the problem is the item that you brought me isn't worth nearly as much money as you think it is. And I don't know how else to express to people that the items that you own are not worth whatever they were when you bought them new. Oh no, I'm fine. We're actually going through a little bit of a cold period, but I have been hearing about all of the people coming to see the World Cup dying of a heat stroke and not understanding American summers. Next week, though, where I'm at is going to be getting 90 Fahrenheit. And staying pretty consistently about that. Let me see. What is... Here, hold on. What's the conversion on that? Just because I never remember. There you go. Kind of weird how the air is warm and hard to breathe, but it's not really that hot. Well, it doesn't feel that hot. I will say, like, look, every Midwesterner in the world is going to be like, oh, well, it's not the heat, it's the humidity that gets you. But it's because they're not fucking lying to you. All right? A humid heat feels hotter. It truly, genuinely does. It's like the difference of being in South Florida versus spending the summer with your family in Rome. All right? As a person who's done both, I would rather experience 32.2 degrees Celsius in Rome than I would in Florida. And I mean that genuinely. Because the 32.2 in Florida is harder to breathe because you just feel sticky and gross and nasty. How are you enjoying the heat? Because it seems like you're definitely not. I will say where I'm at in Ohio, we get a lot more of that humid heat. It's off. I would rather take the heat in Arizona, I think, where it's drier and easier to deal with and not feeling like my armpits are constantly sticking to my sides and I'm having sweat in areas I didn't know could sweat before. Oh, they are looking at the unalive sentence for him. Good. But yeah. In fact, actually, let me look at what my projections are real quick for my let's see what it says officially. Okay. Oh, never mind. I was very much wrong, actually. The highest that we are set to get next week is gonna be that. So it's going to physically be this, but it's going to feel like this. Just in case you're curious. My entire freezer is full of ice cream. Well, was. My parents yelled at me for putting all the meat out of the freezer, which is fair, so I bought a second freezer. That's fair. They were more lenient for O.J. Simpson, and I know there's so many documentaries about why. But so yeah, we're gonna have a high of this where I live next week, and it's gonna feel like that. So Everybody rest in peace for me, as I'm going to die. Today I got into my car after work, and it said that it was that at the moment when I was leaving work today. That's about average. We are going to get some dip downs into like this level temperature, so we might start to be okay, but yeah, you know, in case anyone was curious where we're at on this one. Rest in peace to all the Europeaners who have not been prepared for any of this bullshit. I think you might understand now why the Americans are always complaining about the heat. And why we love our AC so much. Because we are for sure less likely to die awfully from it. Brother is hiding bottles, which is the same as usual. Little nephew showed up and wanted to play a game I own, but he broke 2 of my arrow keys while raging. Oh gosh. Well, rest in peace, little bro, I guess. Try to repair them, reattach them, but I'm pretty sure they're permanently broken. I wonder if you could just get new keycaps. If that'll... Like, I don't just mean the top bits. I mean, like, the whole clicky bit. If that would be a possible solution. It might at least be worth looking into, because I know that you can get some of those keycaps on, like... Oh, on, like, Amazon for cheap. Right now. Come on. Alright, let's go pick up everything. I'll look into it if I'm not too lazy. Hey, that's fair. Because, yeah, not that I'm pushing any of these big companies, they don't pay me. But, I know that a bunch of regular companies are having a bunch of stuff on sale to try to combat the big rainforest stores sales right now. So it might be worth looking into. I splurged and bought a lot of stuff during these sales. Full discretion. But it was just because the sales were really good. Like, I got myself some new lawn chairs for my patio for like 50% off. I got myself a new set of sheets for 55% off. Like, bought a lot of shit. Bought myself some new headphones for like $100 off. The game was fine, but I don't know. I don't like suddenly having to babysit, and the kid was way too attached to the game. I've seen his parents give him a tablet way too often when he wanted attention. Yeah. I could see how we would get there. I could see how we could get there. I always feel bad for those kids, but at the same time, like... How do I put this? I feel bad for the kids, but I can't blame the parents, because the parents are completely overworked because of the kind of society that we've created where everybody has to be on the go and running around 24/7 and can't take breaks or can't spend time away from work. and have to be doing 2 jobs just to survive in this kind of economy. So it's easier on your mental health to just give the kid a tablet for 5 minutes just to get him to shut the hell up so you can do the 18 other things that you have to do and manage your household. You know what I mean? So, like, as much as I hate it, I can't exactly... Like, there's... It's not exactly on the parents, either. Okay, well, that's fair. If you already didn't like him before, that makes a lot of sense. But yeah, just, like... Parents in general that do that, I guess I should say. One carrot. All right, come on. Bubble lizard. Yeah, just do the large popping bubbles thing. It's 2. Come on. Give me as many of these big bubble pops as I can. Perfect. I just made kid at least do something in between playing for enrichment because I was also angry. Because him being angry at the game was uncomfortable. Yeah. I could understand that one. Unfortunately, I can understand that one too well. Gather all the splash carrots I can because I definitely need those. And last one. Okay, let's see. Do we have anything else? Normal beef bread, I guess. Ooh. Time to go fishing. Come on. Come on, fishy. Ooh. Pitch black. Let's go. It's fine. I'm almost got you. All right, and I've almost got those guys maxed out. Good. I need to go get the silver bell or whatever. Ooh, although we have 2. Want to eat some fish, but like not salty. Oh, I kind of want something salty. Maybe some seaweed will do the trick for me. It's kind of the mood I'm feeling. What is that? small bait. I have bait. And a normal beef bun. Right? Oh, come on. Give me that. Got a bunch of snacks. Salty sticks, chips, balls of nuts and pepper. Man, that does sound good. My brother had, when I went, okay, so I finally went to Buc-ee's. Because, where I live, you have to drive quite a bit. And also the aforementioned ice cream. Fair. When I went to Buc-ee's, my brother got beaver nuggets, and I'm kind of thinking about those. But the beaver nuggets was like $9, and that's like a lot of money for a snack. Let's see. I need a little bit more of the silver bell pollen. No, they're not made of beaver meat. It's kind of like fried Pops cereal, I think. Is how I'd best describe that flavor. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah, fried Pop cereal. But one of their staples there is called the beaver nugget. Oh, I don't have enough energy. Well, that was pointless. That sounds like a bad flavor. Look, I get it. It's one of those, like, you gotta taste them to appreciate them kind of things. Where is... Making some small progress. I know I have to upgrade a few other things, but... Alright. Let's go put all this in. So that I get out of my inventory. Oh, good. And then I want to make that. Since I didn't have a lot left. You... Okay, so that's full up. That's fine. I just wanted to make sure before I attempted. I'm gonna put that upstairs. Yeah. And then I'll use the repairable broom kit. Oh. Do I just use it from my inventory? Oh. I do. Magic item that can alter the power a broom possesses. Oh, I'm cool with just keeping what I have. I am gonna go ahead and upgrade. By upgrade, I mean just use this a little more. There we go. I was watching something about chicken nuggets being made. It was pretty horrific. I wonder if it was from Super Size Me, because yeah, that's pretty... Those are, yeah. I put my morality aside for something tasty, but I doubt one consumer will make a difference. Yeah. That's kind of the general sentiment. I don't mention this often. I mostly end up having to mention something when people forget that I don't eat meat. But I do feel like it's a little warranted to say it here. A lot of people are like, oh, you're a vegetarian, so I assume that you must, like, be incredibly pushy about wanting other people to also be vegetarian. And I look at them, I go, no. I wouldn't. I would not ever. Because, first off, one person's relationship with food is a very personal thing. And secondly, this is not a lifestyle I willingly wish on anybody. I'm still in it because I've been vegetarian for like 25, 26 years now. I don't think my body knows how to break that shit down without hurting myself. They do. The vegans are the ones that I say get a lot more of them. To be fair, though, I've met a lot more pushier vegans than I have vegetarians. Because their whole point is it's about a morality standpoint. Me, it started off that way. That was before we had, common things about, like, knowing about veganism. When vegetarianism was the veganism of that time. But it's not something I wish on people because a lot more extra thought goes into people who know what meat tastes like. I'm going to make me big for this. I don't have any knowledge or memory of what meat tastes like in any way, shape, or form. So it's not me giving up something. I don't remember. You know what I mean? Like, that's like asking you to remember what breast milk tastes like. Like, 90% of you probably can't. I can take some guesses by sense. And when some of it does end up in my food, because it does physically make me sick, my body goes, oh, bad, wrong taste. Like, as if I was being poisoned. So, bleh, kind of feel. Additionally, if you want to know how my brain processes it when I look at it, wet cat food. Wet cat food is 100% the way that my brain sees it, because I've dealt with, animals in dissection before. I cut open a cow eye and poked my fingers in like a sheep aorta and messed around with a sheep brain, like all that kind of stuff. But I look at it the same way that I do wet cat food. And if you want to know how that also makes me feel when we're at like things like Thanksgiving, right? If you have your own plate in front of you, imagine that you have like a good juicy steak or something in front of you, something you're salivating at the taste over, and then somebody else passes over your plate a plate of dripping wet cat food. You're like, oh God, ew, don't get that anywhere near my food. Like, yee. If you want to eat that, be my guest. But please don't hover your wet cat food over my plate of food. You know what, like, that's kind of where I'm at. The point he writes with the conclusion about eating poop. A lot of cynical slop about how disgusting. I mean, we are, but by the way, the German politician's embarrassing poem from 20 years ago or so were archived by an activist hacker recently. I love that. Putting my cat's food into the fridge before feeding her. Hey, I have wet cat food in my fridge with the lid on it, but you don't want someone to pass a steaming hot plate of potentially dripping wet cat food over your meal while you're eating it. You're like, could you just pass that in any, like, can I just move my plate or something? Can you just pass that in any other way? Like, I don't care that you're eating it, but please just don't. Claire, this is not a politician you should sympathize with. Oh, no, yeah, no. Oh, God. Mr. Censorship got his crap archived. Well, now he's going to be further on the censorship train. For sure on that one. But yeah, so, like, that's how my brain thinks about meat. And that's part of why I wouldn't recommend that mentality to other people because since I don't remember what it tastes like, I don't miss it. I don't actively seek out foods that taste like meat flavored foods because I miss that flavor. I don't really have. I think the closest I get is when I saute up mushrooms. But I'm like, oh, good. Exactly. That's exactly like. That's the point. And so, like, if you find yourself at dinner with a person who is vegetarian, remember that especially if they've been vegetarian long enough, that's how their brain's going to perceive that. So yeah, I just don't have that. I don't have that. And so because I don't miss it, it's not as harmful like as a thought to me. And also because I've been doing this so long, I know things like that I have to account for my iron. Everybody, when they switch over to being a vegetarian, immediately is like, oh, all my protein. Yes, absolutely. But make sure that you're taking in your iron too, which shouldn't be a problem if you're eating a lot of dark leafy greens. But some people who go vegetarian or vegan do it thinking that like they're just going to be eating like store-bought pasta or pizza or something all the time, which is fine, especially if you're broke. But make sure that you like take a multivitamin or something, like that kind of shit. Also, the same hacker recently exposed a neo-Nazi dating site. It was apparently used for communication and strategizing. Oh yeah, no, that whole site needs to get burned. That whole site. Just yep, nope. That needs to go. That needs to go. 0 out of 10. That needs gone. What are my other jobs that I'm doing? Deliver items to get new recipes. Use the quill and pen to draw and gather information on the shroom raccoon. I have to go find a shroom raccoon. I don't know what those ones look like, though. Guess we're gonna go find out. An Indian friend of mine, back when we were kids, would secretly get pizza with meat. As in, ask me to give him meat. Eat from the pizza. Smart kid. Like, yeah, that's, like... Everybody's personal relationship with food is just gonna always be different. No, I want the lizard. Okay. That's the gecko. Where do I find the shroom raccoon? Oh, it's this guy. How do I draw him then? Oh. Yeah. I drew him. Use the quill to draw and gather information. Then use the right potion. I see. Yes. Oh, come on. Get away. Oh, come on. Give me the one. Yeah, I figured he was gonna be mad. Oh, come on. Yeah, I knew that there was no way I was going to survive that one. Come on. Got him. Okay. So that got me 2 of his fur. So it's 1 step of something. Watch the climate change protest where people glued themselves to asphalt. I don't know. It seems extremely hopeless. Can't they do something more creative? Here's my take on those like more radical styled protests. Cause don't get me wrong, I do believe in protesting, especially in ways that help make a point about essentially all of the problems that you have. The problem that I tend to have with it is that some of those people who are doing like the gluing things, they get so fixated on the idea of like forcing people to pay attention to them that they don't quite realize that if they piss people off, it's going to hurt the message, which is what keeps happening. But it's also come out that in a lot of cases where they do have those protests like gluing themselves to asphalt or throwing paint on mirrors, it's actually in some cases being paid for by some of the big oil companies to get people to look negatively on people protesting against climate change. Which I know seems crazy. Oh, cool. Now I can go up and down. It's not always the case, but every now and again people will use that as an opportunity to do harm rather than good. Okay. I don't call that radical, just kind of sad, low-hanging fruit. So yeah, I really don't like the oil companies for funding them. Yeah. Okay, I know I have to go get more... grab you. And I got you. I accidentally got rounding stones when I meant to. Cool. Got one. Alright, let's... So what new candies do I need? Well, first off, I'm making great progress on that one. Okay, imagine detection candy. Quack candy. I have my new potions here too. Okay, here we go. Okay. Makes it so that your hands are sticky whenever you want to pick up slippery items. Use that. However, some witches attempt to climb high walls with bare hands. I don't recommend that. Okay, so I need wish flower seeds and mole crowns. Flag, maybe. Does it really matter if it can't be proven or held accountable? Maybe... At this point, it just starts kind of getting hard to tell. Alright, so we want the flowers. Is it already too late in the day? No. Okay, so I can't do anything with those until nightfall. That one I still need the key for. I gotta be prepared to hit this guy in the head with the... Okay, there we go. I did not. I did know that Digital Circus was in trouble for something. Like, don't... Like, that was it, and I know that my friend went to go see the movie. Oh, that gave me jumpies. I'll take jumpies. Alright. Since I have to... Cool. Let's go ahead and steal the gecko. Right. Yeah, look at that little guy. Collect by hitting it hard with a pickaxe. Yeah, I guess I could do that. Not time in the day, though, to go get any of that. Oh well, might as well go back out and collect some stuff from a different direction. Come on. Let's go. A nice little floatiness. Come on. I'm trying to think of anything else fun or interesting has happened at work, but there hasn't really... Well, okay. I got a little bit of something. Do you guys remember that coworker of mine that drank mercury? As a kid? Or ate mercury, I guess, as a kid? The one that caught a snapping turtle? Let's see. Oh, I have to do the dig thing. Right. Oh, I was almost there. Cool, I got that. So the coworker that ate mercury as a kid, told me about the other day he, accidentally drank soap. Because, his drinking cup was next to the soap cup that somebody had made in the back. He took a sip out of it, and he was like, oh, that's a weird flavor. And then he just continued to drink the entire thing. So there's that. Anything that women produce and has non-mainstream themes is always controversial. Like, what's it called? Harbin Hotel. Oh, you mean Has Been Hotel? Actually, no, a better example. Coffin Andy. And Missing the Point Marathon. No, he is not dead. Surprisingly enough. The coworker in question, not dead. Still alive. Somehow. Good. Wishflower seed, that's one. I I don't know what he intends to do with his life now. But, he is not dead. Much to my utter amazement. Because sometimes the fact that that kid is not dead genuinely shocks me. One point in time, I looked at him and I was like, "You doing okay there, buddy?" Let's see, is there any other? No, I guess not. There we go. I guess, like, animal fat and flour stuff, right? So I guess you can survive that. Maybe you should tell his doctor about his life decisions. Look, this is the same kid who's pouring the contact solution directly into his eyes. There isn't enough. Like, I'm shocked that the kid's not dead. I'm sure that his doctor is already shocked that he's not dead. But every now and again, we just kind of stand there and we're like, the hell, man? Like, he was... he had his sunglasses on, and my boss walked over to him and was like, "So what are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm aura farming." And he had his glasses on, and he was laughing. And she goes, "Are those sunglasses workplace appropriate?" He goes, "Well, when I'm farming my aura." And she was like, "They are not workplace appropriate, actually. If you would like to wear them outside, you know, where it's bright, you can." And so he took them off. And I'm looking at him on the other side. Oh, hold on. It'll be really funny in a second here. It'll get worse. And so he goes, "Oh, man." I go, "You know what doesn't help your aura?" And he goes, "What?" And I go, "When you get yelled at by mom." He goes, "Wait, no, I'm in the negative." I was like, "Look, buddy." And meanwhile, the other coworker is just standing around going, "Yeah, you got yelled at by mom." AKA, in our case, our boss. Oh yeah, no, it was so funny. My boss was just looking at all of us like, she went into the back. She's just shaking her head. And the one coworker who always likes to mess with him was like, "You can't lose what you didn't already have, buddy." He's like, "No, wait, but..." Look, I don't think drinking soap's gonna inherently make you funnier. I don't. Don't learn from this kid. He's not gonna teach you much. He may indeed get you in trouble. He's a good kid, but damn is he dumb sometimes. And it's funny, because when he has moments of, like, mental clarity, they're not very often. But when he has those, we have to, like, pause and be like, hold on. He said something smart. He said something smart. We gotta take a second. We have to acknowledge this moment. It doesn't happen often. Medicine can make your voice more charismatic. You know what, you're right. You're right, I wasn't seeing the connection. You know, I'm probably gonna have to tell him now. How do I... Alright, well, I guess I'm just gonna take this up and we're gonna... I don't know how to get to that. I'm gonna have to tell him that now that's how he's raised his aura. Is that he drank soap. And now he has more aura. For his aura farming needs. Like, I don't care if I become the most charismatic, funny person on the planet. I am not drinking soap to become smart or funny. Hold on. I gotta get myself out of here. Come on. Come on. I got a deadline. At 2 a.m. I pass out. I wasn't paying attention to the time. Have you considered people would think you have high aura? Look. I'm sure. Alright. Because that I drank soap and I didn't die, but you know, I got my mouth washed out with soap as a kid, and I think that might be enough. Yeah, Baby Witch does pass out if you run out of time. It's, Stardew rules. Hello, Ellie. Do you have any questions? I have a quest. Two, one. Okay, I still have to figure out this grass whistler thing. Since you're gonna stand out here for a bit, let's go run down and see if I have any more of the stuff that I need for my quest. Oh, have I not made those into things yet? Oh, I guess I haven't. Oh well, I guess. Let's go ahead and make more silver bell. Alright, I don't think I have anything to put in here. Yeah. Oh, I need to get that spore clay back. Oh no, it's the rounding stone I need to get and the spore clay. Let's go ahead. Ooh, colored glass workshop sofa. Alright, let's go put some of this other stuff away. Oh, it's about to be time for an ad. Yes, I know. Let me just put this away. And that. And then I can handle the rest. If there is ever an action sequence or scene which Baby Witch might die, I strongly suggest not doing anything just to see what'll happen, you know? I was kind of wondering about that when she passed out at 2 a.m., but she did pass out and just go to sleep and wake up in bed. Just with a lot less stamina. Anyway, time for the ad break, so we'll be right back. And so someone else. saw that you put up the memes. All right, Edgar, if you are going to be up here, you have to follow 2 rules. Okay? 2. Number 1, you cannot be eating my cords. Rule number 2, you have to say hello to everybody if you're going to be up here. Yeah? Would you like to say hello to the people? Make me happy? Yeah? I have you well supported, right? You feel good? Yeah? You want to say hello to the people? Do you want to see what you look like? Because you're in that monitor. Mm-hmm. You see the pretty white kitty? Yeah? Oh, you're watching the star. I apologize, Edgar. All right, but my point and statement still stands. No, that does. You cannot eat my cords. As in this other stream with 1 viewer just before joining yours. Did they also have a cat? Okay, Edgar. You want to lay down? You want to lay down, cutie poo tootie? So, fun fact about my cats, by the way. My cats can watch TV. They actually have things that they enjoy and prefer watching. For example, my cats love watching people play SNES games. They rather enjoy them. I don't know what it is about specifically the SNES, but they enjoy those. Stop eating all my cords. Stop. Thank you. So they enjoy SNES. Because we have a 4K TV, we also put on 4K, like birds and stuff like that for them to watch. They like those. Selena likes Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. Yep, my cats love retro games. In fact, oh God, hello. Could you please? Could we please not do that? Thank you. No. In fact, I have pictures of them watching TV and movies and such. But I officially want to take your cats now just for the Arnold Schwarzenegger fact. Only the black one is addicted to it. They are. I also it's because I played tablet games with them when they were kittens. And I also do other things to like stimulate their mental growth. Like playing, like they have like one of those treat toys where you cover up the treats and then they have to solve the puzzles. It's like I do other things for psychological enrichment. But they do also sometimes sit down and watch TV with us. They like the live action Lion King, 4K birds, like video streams of like birds and foxes and stuff like that in 4K. They enjoy watching. Edgar likes to watch Game Grumps and Markiplier. Selena loves Rat Shaker. He loves watching people play Rat Shaker. It's one of his favorite things to watch. So they do get addicted. Yes and no. They watch, but it doesn't quite hold their attention. It doesn't quite hold their attention for long periods of time because a lot of AVGN is like clips together rather than watching from start to finish. And it's the movement that they enjoy watching. But yes, so my cats watch TV, but they aren't like addicted to it. They don't demand that I put on the TV. They sometimes will just watch what we're watching. So there have been times that I have left the TV on for the cats. They love watching people play Mario Maker. These are just some particularly good examples. But we play with them and like do other things too. But this was just a fun experiment because cats can watch 4K televisions. So we have a 4K TV. Part of the reason we got one was so that we could play with the cats. Before we go on to the memes, what is the Black Cat's favorite Schwarzenegger movie? Terminator 2. He loved Terminator 2 a lot. And after he got done watching Terminator 2, I was walking in front of him one day, like shortly after having watched the film. I think it was like 2 or 3 days later. And as I was walking, you know, your knee buckles, he ran up and jumped off the back of my knee to make it buckle and then ran off. Like he took notes. Selena, he took notes. He bounced off me and ran. Edgar will talk sometimes. But, I would also take notes. Yeah, I don't know how that goes, taking out the person who provides you with the wet food, but, yeah, Edgar. And then Edgar's special power, instead of doing acrobatics, besides the fact that she can sometimes open doors on her own, if you pick her up, I'm not gonna do it now because she's asleep, but sometimes when you pick her up, if you like hold her kind of like a shotgun, where you hold your hand on like the front of her and then your other hand on like her back legs, and you her, she will sometimes meow. And that is her other. Hey, if your cats enjoy the movie, that means that it's probably good. I have to agree. What about my cat? Thinks of me meowing at her. Does she think I'm making fun of her? Is she pissed? She seems genuinely pissed. Well, sometimes if you're just yelling the word taxes over and over again, she might be a little mad. Because I also don't like taxes. Unless I'm getting the money back. So that would make sense. I guess it all depends on what you're saying to her. Yeah. I mean, I assume the people who get paid, like, big money from the taxes and don't have to pay them, like politicians or something. Dental care candy. All right, you're going to say something cooler? Okay, cool. Oh, right, the memes. Thank you. The answer was yes. I got so caught up on the fact that my cats do awesome tricks. Only one Maglubia meme. Boo-hoo, I'm going to play the world's smallest violin for you. Okay, you good? You good? Okay, look, but that claw is in my leg. We have to... Ow. I do like that these kind of go back to back, but if you flip the order. Right? Like, if you start with this one, and then you do this one after, it hits funnier. So I like them both, but I like them both as a pair. All hail Maglubia. I really need to learn how to draw that. I gotta figure that one out. Should be action movie support group I made. Let me see. To line them all up. I like 2012. I know a lot of people didn't, but I like 2012. Ah. Zoom in a bit. Independence Day is good. Air Force One is one of my mom's favorites. You tried eating a CD case once? Only once? How did that go? Jurassic Park. That one's one of my favorites. My copy of the book Jurassic Park says soon to be a major motion picture on it. My dad loves Godzilla. Okay, look. If you're gonna be here, you're gonna lay down. And you're gonna be cute. And if you can tell in the picture, but Terminator 2 was the speaker and leader of this support group. Hold on, let me move to the next one. Die Hard 2. Oh, I see it. Creed, Rocky. This one's a little harder to read. But in this particular one, you got my mom's favorite movie, my dad's favorite, my favorite of this lineup. But I do really... The thing that I like the most... Hospital, that makes sense. The thing I like about 2012 the most, in all seriousness, is that scene about taking the one author's book onto the new arc that they made. By saying that by him choosing to bring that piece of fiction, it preserves that book for the next generation. And the story and the narratives that it tells. And that one bit, I really liked. That one scene. And I think that was one of my favorite ones. Tower Inferno is on the left of Independence Day. Left of so this one? No. It would probably be this one. I figured Top Gun was this one. Because I could see Tom Cruise in the mirror. I still love Jurassic Park. It just, like, I don't like any of the new Jurassic Parks. And I mean that genuinely. Which one's the Blu-ray? I'm curious. But yeah, I don't like any of the new Jurassic Parks. They don't have that Terminator. Okay. Yeah, they don't have the weight to them. You know? One next to Rocky is Platoon. Okay, thank you. I was trying to figure that one out. Oh, I have to go get the stuff. Duh. I think I had more... Okay, what's... Okay, I needed another raccoon fur and then a moongrith. Is that it? And then raccoon fur, which I don't have. Probably because I used it all. There's also some movies in there that I don't know if I consider action. It's fine. Western movies or Waterworld. I could argue a point for the Western movies. Quest. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and drop these in. So I have to go do the sticky one. I would argue that the Rock series isn't really an action movie either. I think it is, but it's a slower type of action. on. I need to... Okay. Yeah, there's no potion for that one. Cloud Gecko. Okay. All right. Can take flight to flee, so in order to collect it, you should find a way to confine it. You should find a way to confine it. Maybe if I hold on to it with the sticky potion? Let's go ahead and try it. So I need... add to favorites. Okay. I can make one thing from this. I have all my Disney VHS movies on one shelf. Most of the movies I've never watched, like Cinderella or Fantasia. I think you'd really like Fantasia. I do. I have a bias towards things like Monsters, Inc., Aladdin, and The Lion King. My clear bias, as you know, is Tarzan. And Brother Bear. You know, want to know something really funny? I'm sure you're going to get a kick out of this. So, I went over to my grandfather's for Father's Day. And while I was there, he was showing me this new speaker he got. And like I mentioned, I think the whole reason that I like Tarzan is probably because of Phil Collins. So, my grandfather's showing me the speaker. And he decides to put on some music to show me, like, how much bass it's got. And the first thing he puts on is Phil Collins. And I remarked on his taste, because I was like, and you put on some good music too. He goes, well, I really like Phil Collins. I go, so do I. That's why I said you picked something good to put on. So, ironically enough, both my grandfather and I like Phil Collins, but we weren't aware that the other one was really into Phil Collins. You want to get Tarzan because I want to watch it again? I remember watching it one time. I really liked it, and I want to revisit as far as I remember. The only scene I remember is when he's sliding on the vines. You know what? It is a good scene, but he usually does that to get around from point A to point B. The biggest thing about the Tarzan movies, and I think this is part of why it stuck with me for as long as it did, is it's a lot about, like, being essentially the black sheep of your family. And still being part of that family, but being okay with being the black sheep. Because sometimes being the black sheep in that case makes you unique in a way that makes you more able to help your family in a time of crisis. Not that you should always be helping out people who take advantage of you, but just, like, look, we are different, but we are still living, breathing creatures who love one another, who want to take care of one another. And that's something that's unique to the Disney film. It has nothing at all to do with the book. But the part that stuck with me the most when I was a kid was that scene with Tarzan in the mud. When he hates his appearance so much because he's a human, he's a hairless ape, he's different. And so he smashes into the mud and flings mud all over his face and then covers himself up to make him look more like a gorilla. And his mom comes by and she goes, all right, what are you doing? And he explains how he's trying to make himself look more like the others. And because, you know, they look nothing alike, and, you know, how could you possibly love him when we look nothing at all alike? And she goes, okay, well, you know what I see? I see, like, to a child. Keep this in mind. This is like a kid who's like not even 10 years old yet. And she goes, you know what I see? I see 2 eyes and a nose and a mouth and hands, you know, like just doing the full-on, like, good parent thing. Yeah, you're not making me let go, buddy. I only had enough time to use it once. Holy cow, that dude is doing like some extra. Yeah, it was after Sabor had killed his parents. There's also, in a particularly dark scene... Come on. Damn it. Oh well. Yeah, there was also a scene as well where Tarzan's adopted family loses their child because it gets killed by Sabor. Holy crap, I got 5 from just that one. Alright. I'm gonna just hold on to you for frickin' ever. You wanna know something crazy? I already forgot what we're talking about before the Tarzan thing. Yep. The magic of talking with me. That, and I have the ability to make literally anybody feel old at any point in time. That's something else I'm particularly gifted with. If you suddenly want to feel very old, I can make you do that. Oh, come on. Damn. Missed my opportunity there, but... I don't know, it's a good thing or a flex. Something bad that ends up putting you on a watch list or something. Yeah, no, let's see. I'm gonna start easy. You remember the lockdowns? COVID? All of that stuff? What you were doing? What life was like? All of that good stuff? That was 6 years ago, not 2. I gotta get that thunder potion. Let's see. Does it make me feel, makes you feel depressed? Oh, I can keep going. Do you remember when the Wii came out? How everybody was trying desperately to get their hands on it. How everybody and their mom more or less had one. We're all gathered around playing Wii bowling together because that was like one of the best things on the console. The Wii came out 20 years ago. Not like 10. 20 years ago. Let's see. What else is there? That's light work. I'm trying to not admit that I feel old. Here, give me a second. I'm going to Google something, and then that'll give me more fodder. Okay, you ready for this one? You remember when Moana came out? The first one. The original one. And, like, how really cool the water physics were and how everybody was losing their minds. That was 10 years ago now. Not like 5. Let's see. Let's see here. What's some other good ones they like doing? Do you remember when everyone was complaining that they put Russell Crowe in Les Miserables? Because that didn't make any sense at all. Like, don't get me wrong, he could sing, but he couldn't quite do the operatic singing that they needed for that. That was 13 years ago. That was 13 years ago, not like 7. Every now and again I'll say things like, oh yeah, you remember the fight between Sega and Nintendo? Yeah, that was like 25 years ago. No, Russell Crowe's still alive, I think. I'm pretty sure. No. Alright, that's not the right Russell Crowe. Is it? Yeah, that's him. He gained a lot of weight. Holy hell. Yeah, no, he's still alive. I didn't realize that was him. His spouse died. But he's still alive. No. You're thinking of, oh god, what's his name's kid? The martial artist's kid. Brandon Lee. Yeah. Nope. No, you are right. That's how that guy died, but that was Brandon Lee, Bruce Lee's son. Yep. Yeah, that wasn't Russell Crowe. That was Brandon Lee. It happens. Okay, I need to figure out what I need for the thunder shower. Okay, I need more of that rat fur. Alright, so we're gonna go get rat fur. Okay. I got one of them. I was gonna say, because I remember that being somebody's kid, but I couldn't... Words were not having it for me. Aww. Ooh, okay, keep this one going. Here, bring up, like, topics, I guess, or say hot takes about animation, because I'm trying to sort a Pokemon binder. I don't know if I have a hot take about animation, besides the fact that, CRT style definitely looks better, but that's not a hot take. That's a cold take. Because they purposely use those lines in CRTs to hide imperfections in the animations in pixel art style. And now that we have TVs that don't do that, that's why people think it doesn't look as good as they remember from their childhood, because it did used to look better because of the animation techniques that they did on pixel art. Oh, we get to play Bot or Not. Oh, damn, I messed that up. All right. We get to play Bot or Not. Hello, everyone. Welcome to a little game that we call Bot or Not. Right now, our current kill count is 20. So, AI views instead of just regular bots. All right. So, we get to guess whether or not the comprehensible polish of Fubidu is a hacked account or whether or not it's a bot. So we have to guess how old the account is. If we are correct, the little guys down below get stars. If we are incorrect, they get blown up. So, it's all right. We got Bot or Not going. So, take your bets now. With that a Fubidu thing at the end, I'm inclined to say that it's 24 hours. My bet's 24 hours. So, I'm going to leave you guys over here while I go and look. I gotta get my drum roll ready. Hey, everyone. Yesterday, 24 hours. So it looks like we were indeed correct. I'm going to go ahead and report them now while I'm at it before I have them. We've been getting a lot less of those. By AI viewers. I'm purposely putting that in. And now we wait. Also, hi Saberwin. We wait because I'm very sure soon enough we'll get that email saying that they have been removed from the service. Let's see. Let me go open my email. It's been a while since we've had one of these, so I didn't think that, like... I didn't think we were there yet. It's alright, Saberwin. Currently doing some advice work for an improv show that's starting in a week. Ooh! I hope you have a good time with it. Improv is always fun. Just remember, the number one rule of improv is always yes and. Alright, let's see what we got. See, that's not the email account that it's in. That one's not the email account that it's in. I don't think this is in this one. It should be. Nope, that's all TikTok stuff. Do I not get emails about this anymore? How are we supposed to know if we killed him? Oh, here we go. It's in a different one. Hey, they actioned on the report immediately. Sorry, it took me a minute because I couldn't figure out what email it was in. So that means that we get to use our bot killed.
She doesn't even go here.
We killed 21 of them. 21 down. 21. Look, sorry, it's millennial brain. Anyway, I'll help you set up one out of the big 3 companies. Pick one of the most overrated movies that are animated. If you want, you can change the touchstone or any. Most overrated animated films. I have to think, because my problem is I don't really... How do I phrase this? I don't really fixate on good or bad when I'm watching them. I just enjoy them. Alright, there we go. This particular version is on a version of Starfleet, which is where my stuff comes in. Because being that familiar with the framework that pretty much nobody else is being in the Star Trek franchise. Well, I hope you have fun with it. Let's see here. I mean, I'd have to say Blue Sky, because the only thing that I remember liking out of Blue Sky would be the Ice Age movies. But, like, that feels like that's low-hanging fruit. But if I went for the big 3... Let's see. Ooh. Come on. Hold on, I'm thinking. Let's see. Because it's a little bit harder to pick, you know? As to what I think is incredibly overrated. I'm even just trying to think of ones that I can't stand that people, like, universally love. And it's a little harder for me. Because I'm not going to say Sony because... Or, well... Okay, I'm not going to say any of the Spider-Verse ones because I find the Spider-Verse ones to be brilliant. I'm not going to say any of the Kung Fu Pandas because I find... Well, okay, maybe Kung Fu Panda 4. I'm not really the, like... Didn't really like Kung Fu Panda 4. I liked some moments of it, but I did not like Kung Fu Panda 4. Let's see. What does that mean? Oh, I see. I have to give you parts. That makes sense. But I don't know that Kung Fu Panda 4 is that very well beloved. In any way, shape, or form. Okay, all of those are up and running now. One of the ones that I think needs more love is I think Shrek Forever After needs more love. And I think that the first Sing movie... Oh, here we go. I don't like Sing 2 more than Sing 1. And a lot of people do. Like, a lot of people do. I do like that they have Hayley Williams from Evanescence in it. And I do like her being the Paris Hilton-esque character. But I do not... It's not so much that I don't care for Sing 2. It's that I like Sing 1 more. You know? I think that... Like, I feel like the song choices were better. I rooted for the characters a little bit more. I don't know how else to phrase it. Yes, redraw it. Please. This way I can go. I'll have to say, as much as I hated Seth MacFarlane's mouse, I loved his rendition of My Way. I disliked the character heavily, but I think that's because they did a good job with making that character. So I rather enjoyed his character, but that's because I enjoyed his character being a piece of shit. Is the short version of that one. But yeah, I loved his rendition of My Way. And I think, in my opinion, the two best songs... I get why he wasn't for like 17,000 different ways of it, because they kind of killed off his character anyway, or heavily implied that he was dead. But I also don't like the plot as much of Sing 2. Like, doing the Vegas thing, I get that that's the next logical step for them as characters, because you don't want to have that, you don't want to have that same theater be in desperate, dire straits again, because then that's the same stakes. You didn't raise the stakes between sequels. And the problem is with it, I feel like they had a different theme of like what the story was between the first one and the second one. Do you want to know? In Sing 1, the koala guy learns not to be a liar. So what does he do in the second movie? Lie. Yeah. Well, here's where I'm... You can have him slide back into being a liar again. Because the thing is, like, progression is hard. It's difficult, right? To continue to do a better thing. But you have to make it justifiable to the audience that he's in a backslide. Like, that something happened that, you know... made him have to justify it. Start off with a teeny lie. Right? Although, I don't think he necessarily learned not to be a liar. But my point still stands, that you would start him off like getting a teeny... You know, sit this way. It's almost like an addiction. You get his foot back in the door, and then you pull him back from it, and then you get him a little bit further, and then you pull him back from it, and then you let him go off the deep end, and then you fix him. You know, just to compound how much he really shouldn't lie. But you know what I think would have been a better plot for Sing 2? Instead of just doing the Vegas act, they still could have done the corrupt CEO angle. But you could have had the town be destroyed by some other type of media. And thus, as a result, the town being destroyed means that the venue gets destroyed. So now it becomes about saving the town, right? So I think if they, instead of saving the town, or instead of, you know, going to Vegas and saving their little family, if they saved the town in a way to show that the town was now part of their family, I think that would have worked out better. And you could have done that without necessarily, like, essentially shitting on anything. Can I not? What goes in here? Oh, I see. All right. Let me get a little bit more of that. I'm gonna put one of those in here. Your version, it requires Illumination to actually think about the characters they write. Well, yeah, that's the problem. But yeah, I feel like if what they did instead was made it... I gotta keep some of that at least. But I feel like if instead they had focused on, like, having them save that town, you still could have had that really beautiful moment with the singer from U2, I believe it was. And also with and with Scarlett Johansson. That could have worked. You could have had each of the characters not necessarily slip back, but have some sort of crisis related to the crisis that they had in the first one, right? Instead of having Scarlett Johansson's character fall back into a boyfriend problem and lose her identity, have it be figuring out more of who her identity was. I think oh yeah, the Lorax was fantastic, and I do think that that was probably their best. I do think that that was their best. Oh, hold on, I got other things to talk to her about. It's my first time hearing of it. Okay. Alright. So what was the other thing I had to do? Fuse this marionette with a craftsman aura. Isn't it infused already? Do I have a craft disc? I don't know if I do or don't. Sorry, hold on. I'm figuring a few things out while I go. Because The Grinch was very mediocre. Well, yeah. Horton Hears a Who, also mediocre, though had Jesse McCartney in it, so it's a little bit better. I just have to wait and see if the new Cat in the Hat with Bill Hader voice acting the cat will be any better. It might. Craft. Oh, I need some branches. I should go get those. But yeah, I like Sing 2, but I think it could have been a better movie. And like, you still could have had the greedy CEO character perspective. You still could have had the daughter. You have a funny Pokemon card. It's literally just a jumbo ice cream. It says trainer at the top left. Perfect. That's a trainer. Okay, I got a couple more branches. Let's see. Let's think of some other hot takes. When it came to animation. Oh, you ready for my hot take? My biggest, one of my biggest hot takes, I think. Everybody hates Frozen 2, but I actually like Frozen 2 more than Frozen 1. And I know that's a crazy take. I know that there's people that don't like it. And don't get me wrong, Frozen 2 has its flaws. Like a lot of them. But that scene with Anna in the cave, which I feel was like the pinnacle point of the entire movie, I think was better. I don't know if I like that whole, you know, you were the person you were looking for this whole time thing. I don't. But everything with Anna in the second movie hit so hard. And I think it was perfect for the audience that it was intended for. Here's a weird take for me. I only like Professor Callahan because I love dunking on him and making fun of him. When the movie first came out, he and my friend did a voiceover scene. Billy Mays here. The infamous line, that was his mistake. Hey, look, that's fine. Ugh. I actually kind of like Callahan as a villain, but I mean unable to craft. Oh, man. All right, we're going to have to figure this out because I thought I talked to everybody I needed to, but I guess I need to do some more work. Anyway, we're going to be on an ad break. Be back in a little bit, guys. I'm back as I scooch back in. Oh, yeah, all my bottom not text is still up. Oops. How big of a deal are we taking? Look, by all means, yeah, don't take care. I'd be scared as shit too. And I don't always have plot armor. Ugh. Oh. Sorry, okay, so in a full disclosure, I have abdominal issues. I know I've mentioned them before. And one of the big things about my abdominal issues that I have is that it causes amounts of pain for me. If you go back onto the YouTube channel, you can actually see entire streams where I had to like cut streams out early because of the pain that I was in. So I've been trying now, in these 1 hour, or in these 3-minute ad breaks that happen every hour, I've been trying to, like, do planking, but only for, like, 10 seconds. A, so it stretches me out, and B, so that it changes how the muscles in my abdomen work from having been sitting for the amount of time. And I think I just in this last 10-second plank just hurt something way more. So I'm gonna be okay, but like in a little bit, for the next like probably 5 to 10 minutes, I'm gonna be in a little bit of pain, but I should be fine. But if I look like I'm in distress, I'll be okay. But I just had to say that because, you know. Oh. Sorry, just give me like a second. Okay. I would have figured that you had more Pokemon cards than that. Like, this is not me shaming. I don't know, I forget that the number of Pokemon cards I have is abnormal. I would show you guys, but I, for sure, do not have the ability to bring literally all of that out here. I have multiple boxes. I still have Pokemon cards that I had when I was a kid. Like, I still have my very first Pokemon card. It was a Bulbasaur that was given to me by the boyfriend I had in preschool. And I still have that card. So, like, I forget that I have an abnormal amount of Pokemon cards compared to literally everybody else. And I do collect them for the art. So these are cool. I have to say though, of the ones that I think are the most interesting, your Radiant Steelix gets me. No, I'm pretty sure I have that Abra sleeping under a tree thing, but just different. I collect them casually. I don't plan on selling mine anytime soon. Oh yeah, no, I don't. Actually, I'll show you 3 of them that I have. Yeah, I might as well. Alright, guys. Ned's Pokemon collection, but I'm going to do a quick flip. I do kind of like that Kyogre, though. So, yeah. Alright, just to show you 3 of the ones that I have in my collection right now, because they're easy grabs for me. They're being hidden by the Bioshock game. But these were 3 that I used to keep in my background. So, first one is the Mewtwo that they gave out for the movie release. Because I had it as a kid, but I had lost it, so I went out of my way to go rebuy it. This was one that I always wanted as a kid, and I never got. So then, when a convention came to literally down the road from me, I was able to buy it inexpensively. But I got Ancient Mew. And then this one, because it's one of my favorite Pokemon ever, I have Vaporeon. So, oh, well, crap. I feel old knowing that that's what Pokemon used to look like. Look, man, take another hot look at this Vaporeon. You see its face? The art style on it? And then take another good look at that Mewtwo. But yeah, so these are the 3 cards that I keep behind me on stream. Is Mewtwo, Ancient Mew, and Vaporeon. The card that is my most favorite of my entire collection is I have a Dark Dragonair. In fact, Dragonair is my favorite Pokemon of all time. In fact, you guys see that picture that my friend drew? So, and it started, my obsession with Dragonair started when I, in a Team Rocket pack, pulled a Dark Dragonair as a kid. And I now also have a Light Dragonair because my friend gave it to me because she knew I was so obsessed with Dragonair. So I've been trying to go around and collecting all different kinds of Dragonairs. Not Dragonites, not Dratinis, Dragonair. So yeah. I am back from everything, right? Like, I assume I'm fine, but I just, you know, have to go look sometimes. Just to verify everything's working okay. Slowly but surely, by the way, I am going to try to fix the vertical streaming for YouTube, especially now that vertical streaming for Twitch is becoming a thing. But I gotta work on that. Anyway. Okay, so I have to go talk to other people if I want. And think most cards I have are just different variations of Pikachu. I do have a lot of variations of Pikachu. I just love the fact that Pikachu is as big as a balloon. Like, I have a picture of me when I was a little kid. I think I was like 5. When I was 5, I was like petrified of having my picture taken. So, my parents made a deal with me that if I took all of the wedding photos for being the flower girl at my parents' wedding, they would let me take my picture with Pikachu and Ash, because they had a Pokemon-themed background with a Pikachu. And you better believe I took them up on it, and it's the happiest picture of me of that age that you'll ever see. Ellie, it's been a while. How are you? Speak. Craftsman's aura. Oh, good. Yeah. Yep, I'm wearing a flower girl dress that's like bright and floofy, and I have bangs, and I'm holding a Pikachu plushie, and there's like a sunset behind me on like a road, and Ash and Pikachu kind of running on the side, so that this way you'd see them on the side of me. And I think we had gotten like the picture taken at Sears or something like that, if I remember right. And that was how they got me to pose for all of the rest of the family photos. Was they let me get my picture taken with Ash, because that was one of the only times too that I begged to have my picture taken, because I was so shy. Oh, I still have several of mine, but I was so shy as a kid that you couldn't take my picture, which is crazy. Absolutely crazy of a thought that I'm sitting in front of you guys here now on camera streaming. There's an archive of me having played stuff. I know, right? Like, little 5-year-old me was just so scared, like, all the time of everybody. Not because anything happened to me, but I was just super shy. Especially because every time, like, I was the first grandchild on both sides. I didn't have any cousins my age, really. So, like, when people would come over, everybody would come over and, like, fawn over me because I was the baby. No, like, archived, like, all of, like, me streaming. I've been streaming for 5 years, guys. I've been being willingly on camera for 5 years, when me as a child, at the age of 5... That's fine. But, yeah, me as a child at the age of 5 was so terrified of getting my photo taken that there's only, like, 2 or 3 photos of me that exist at that age, because I was so shy and scared. And now here I sit before you, streaming. I've been streaming for 5 years. I have a whole YouTube channel of things that I've done. So, and one of the happiest photos that there is of me is me holding a plushie. 3 to 8. Mine was about 5. And then I slowly started working on it a little bit. My little brother was like 3. He was the ring bearer. We were cute. In fact, my little brother was such a little cutie when he was younger. Unfortunately, he grew up to look like Walmart brand Luke Combs. I know some of you are not going to know who that is, so I'm going to take that second to pull it up for you. My brother looks like the Walmart version of this guy. And I'd have to agree. I wasn't the one that said that either. My brother came up to me one day and goes, "Yeah, well, I look like the Walmart brand Luke Combs." And I was like, "Who's that?" He goes, "Google it." And I did. I looked at him and I go, "I'm real sorry, kid, but yeah, you look like the Walmart brand of this guy." So. Anyway.
Is this required by the craft blueprint I gave you?
We are infusing the marionette with the craftsman's aura. It's an important step towards completing my carpentry task.
I'd love to share my aura with you, but I don't know if I count as a craftsman. I think you do, but...
You're excellent in growing flowers, Roy. All flowers thrive when under your care. You've got skills and a sincere attitude. I can't see why you don't count. And you keep all of your tools in order. Just one glance and everyone will consider you a craftsman in flower growing. This might be the longest you've stayed for a stream. Well, we have talked a lot about the genre and medium of animation.
It's very kind of you, Ellie. I'm kind of embarrassed. Is that really all it takes to be considered a craftsman?
Yes and no.
Nevertheless, I'm willing to offer any help I can. I just need to stretch out my hands at the marionette. Like this?
Right. I can feel the craftsman's aura flowing into the marionette.
I can't feel anything. Probably because I'm not a witch. Still, I'm glad to be of help.
Thank you, Roy. Alright, look at this. Can you feel the craftsman's aura gathering in the copycat marionette? Whenever someone infuses the marionette with aura, I feel like the marionette is about to come to life. I can feel the urge to craft something, assumably because of the aura. Now, of course you do. It's filled with the aura of great artisans. Time for one final step. Put the marionette on the workbench and tell it what I want to make. I will manage to make the furniture as long as I follow the marionette's movements.
Okay. To craft furniture, you'll need a blueprint. To craft a piece of furniture, register the blueprint with the workbench first. Use the blueprint from the inventory and add it to the workbench's crafting menu. The furniture can be crafted at the workbench. Okay. Stream was 77% talking in general, 23% Discord on pictures, 10% gameplay. Hey, I was still doing things for that 10%. And during the 77. I suggest you read the sofa craft blueprint from Roy first. You may spot an unexpected issue.
That's what I was about to say.
I thought I read that. Yeah, I thought I already read that. I may be mistaken, but I thought I did. Anyway. Yeah, I have been doing it while I was doing other things. Let's see. Oh yeah, so my take on Frozen 2. I think Frozen 2 is better in a lot of ways than Frozen 1. Not as a kid's movie, but as a movie itself. One of these days, you're gonna wonder why your progress in this game is so slow or whatever, and it's all because of me. Insert cringe watch mojo comment here. Hey, look. I think we'll be fine. Alright, let's go down to the workshop and build that piece of furniture, alright.
What should I do? Craft. How about we start with a gift from Roy, which is a light purple sofa. Which I really like. As long as you have functional copycat marionette, you can make anything you want. Okay, I'll give it a go. Firstly, I'll put the marionette on the workbench. Let's get started. Isn't that something the protagonist of an adventure story would say before they set out?
Maybe. That's really cool, though. Alright, go ahead and make it. We figure it out. Light purple sofa.
Learning really fast, am I not?
That was a weird sentence. Can't argue with that. You followed every movement of the marionettes, and the production looks fine. Product looks fine. The day no one talks about you is the day you are irrelevant. That is the Watch Mojo comment. Forever. Okay. Although it can be said that the marionette is the real manufacturer.
Hey, I also contributed. At this rate, I can soon stop relying on the marionette, don't you think so?
It's at least 3 years too early for you to say that.
Virgil!
Well, look. Bro, when you get better at being able to make stuff, that'll be a different story. Cool. Okay. So that I got done. Okay. Give the drop of emotion to the spirit. Wait, I should go look. Here's Technoblade's death. More money. Yeah, look. It still just felt awful. Oh, I have spore clay downstairs, don't I? Isn't that what's needed for... I have 3 spore clay. I need more. It's fine. We'll be okay. There we go. I still need a little more. I don't know how to continue that way. Oh, and I have none of that. Alright. Fine. I still don't know where to go get those frickin' fish. I think I'm gonna have to look it up because I've been stuck on this blind fish thing forever. Little witch in the woods. Blind fish location. Just show me it on a map. Oh, I think I have had one of those, but... Oh! Okay. I'm just dumb. Alright. We vaguely mentioned his AI. Yeah, look. I'm pushing all that crappy AI stuff, man. Trying to say something funny, but YouTube really doesn't want me to say it. Ugh. Yeah, I really should see if there's a way I can put my Discord chat in here, but I don't know if that's going to necessarily happen. Just because I don't think it has the capabilities for it. Because I'm already synced with Discord, but it doesn't show my chat actively in it. Which, again, is fine. Alright, so the blind fish should be somewhere up here. Okay. I'm just gonna make sure I do what I can to get as much of the frickin'... Ooh! Let me rub your belly. I don't need the things, but I need to pop the giant bubbles. And if I could at least pop one... There we go. Do the thing on Discord, it'll change your life. I will. Give me a second to get this fish, though. Come on. What did I get? I got a crab. Alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Watch Mojo, our epic video listing. They never say epic. But, hello everyone, welcome to Watch Mojo. Our video listing YouTubers who have made videos and they died. Before we begin going into these epic deaths... no, hold on. I'm doing a rework on it while I'm doing this. Hold on. Because I watched too much Watch Mojo in the past, so I can change it. Just a little bit to be, unfortunately, a little more accurate, but I'm going to read this in my AI voice. Are you ready? You ready? I'm going to read this awful in my AI voice. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Our video listing... No, hold on. I'm going to fix this again. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Oh, no, they're because they never mention the word video in their own thing. No, I am. But give me a second. I'm trying too hard on the AI voice too. It's because I find this funny. I mean, I could just try to go for the full-on, just regular Watch Mojo. Here we go. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Our epic... No, I still keep reading this damn thing while I'm doing it. Let me just... Hello, everyone. Welcome to Watch Mojo. Today, we'll be talking about YouTubers who made videos and died. Before we begin going on these upsetting deaths, make sure you look at our hit music channel. Throw in the AI thing. This song comes from Sounds of the Midwest, which is totally not AI, but we vaguely say it's AI slop mojo. Anyway, here are those depressing deaths. Number 10. And I'm just going to leave it there. I know. Like, I went a little Disney princess on it. How's that? We good on that one? See, look, I could work for him. I could do it. I don't know if I should drink more energy drink or if I should stop because I want to go to bed soon. I threw out the AI voice thing and went more Watch Mojo-y. Bro, that was meant to be Red Mr. Beast, like, edgy voice in my head, but I guess it's fine. Hey, look. Instead, I decided to mimic the chick. That was my goal. Alright, come on. Yeah, it was. I went more Disney princessy. Nah. I leaned back into it at the end. I wanted to make sure that I got their initial front bit right, so that this way I could put the punchline in further at the end. At least that was my personal goal. Come on, just take the frickin' bait, buddy. I ain't gotta sit around here all day. I'm doing shit. What the hell is this one? I don't have the ability to button mash like that. What the hell is that? People still, like, were showing, like, pictures of them getting the blind fish up here. Come on. Come on. Come on. Bite the frickin' thing. For a branch. For a damn branch. Really? Oh, is this it? Come on. Come on. Fuck, bite the thing, man. Who has time for this? Do you like it or don't you? Stop picking your nose and get it. What the hell is that thing? I don't know. What makes Europe so special? I'm just gonna keep over here spam panicking. Come on. Oh. All right. That one's new. Because they're all peeing. Ah! I was ready. That's a rock. Yeah, that cracked me up. I probably didn't enunciate all of the all because I was laughing in the middle of it. Ah. More frickin' rock. Could you just come on. I will. He's passed out on the couch right now. Leaf fish. That one's new. So if he's asleep right now, go wake him up. I'll panic and tell him that joke. I don't know. Nope. I would like to continue to live. I have to sleep later. And there's a saying that's been passed down in my family for generations that I feel like needs to take a little precedence. What the hell? The saying in my family that needs to take a little bit of precedence goes as follows. I know where you sleep and I know where the cast iron skillet's kept. The words of great wisdom from many a generation. Got another one of those giant crabs. All right, come on. That's it. There's the blind fish. I just have to remember not to donate him. Leaf fish. Come on. Almost did it. Come on. Oof. Moving my hand off to the side on the controller is by far one of the smartest things I started doing. Oh my god, another one of those. My town, we have this little fair thing. I'm excited to see what the vendors will finally use AI slop for most things. You will, but you'll also see it mixed with 3D printing. Unfortunately. Like, as the person who has a 3D printer, now that you can scan things and 3D print with that, like that I can scan a 3D model of something and then have AI make that as an STL and then put it into my slicer and then just straight up print it. You're probably going to see a lot more of that. Something funny lately, I've seen a food truck go around town with a very obvious AI logo. Like, on the one hand, I get it. Because, like, using it in addition to something else you were already doing, yeah. Sorry, hold on, getting this fish. There we go, that's the last one I needed. I should get one more. All the brands basically named, just called Street Tacos, and established in 2026. That's all you need to know. Like, I'm not gonna straight up lie. I have used AI, but as a tool. For stuff. In the past. Oh. Like, in regards to the channel, for like tags for like video tags. And I've specifically only used the AI. There we go. Now I have enough. I've specifically only used the AI that's made by Google because I'd be using it for like YouTube videos. And I don't use it in place of common sense. I use it in addition to when I've done it. So like in my case, right, I like would come up with like a whole bunch of tags for a YouTube video. And then I would like go into the AI and be like, "Hey, okay, I'm uploading a video that involves this, 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 and this. Like what tags do you recommend?" And 9 out of 10 times it's stuff I've already picked. But every now and again it'll throw out like a 1 or 2 off one where I'm like, "Oh, I didn't think about that. That makes a lot of sense." You know, "Oh, I forgot to use the retro tag in something. That would make a lot of sense." Or, you know, put the name of the chapter of the game that I'm in. "Oh, all right. Well, yeah, that checks." You know. But it's for stuff that's like algorithm to algorithm based. If it's like advertising Coca-Cola, but the whole business logo with AI generated thing is crazy. Oh yeah, like 100%. I mean, I still wouldn't even do it for Coca-Cola, but like, yeah, if you were a small business doing that, I could get it. But yeah, I wouldn't make your whole logo that. Because you need something visually appealing to people or they're not going to click on it. Like, for example, my entire logo. The entire logo for my channel. I don't know if anybody's noticed. But the logo for my channel is a set of steps. A bunch of steps. You go on over to my Twitch. It's the same logo, but it is a bunch of steps. That's what you redeem, is a bunch of steps. If you go and you click on one of my videos, I'm gonna pick this one. You'll see my logo is a bunch of steps with a 13. I've been doing like the same thing over and over again. It all looks pretty damn identical. Nah. Couldn't possibly be. I tell you that I've gotten a new part-time job and I'm probably about to put in my 2 weeks. Oh, good. You think this one's gonna be better on your mental health? You look like you have something you want to tell me. Welcome to my records museum. Quest? Oh, shop. Donate. Yeah, no, you can't imagine where you've seen it before. That person. Oh my god, I have to donate 3 of each. Oh, sorry, I was just a bit startled. You can leave the fish over there. Oh, right, you hate fish. But yeah, for sure, I deliver furniture, like recliners and stuff to people. When I start full-time, I'll make a little bit more, but part-time, you start at 17. Hey, that's good. You do full-time, it's about 22 through 24 an hour. Yeah, that's pretty good. Your results surprise me every time. Keep up the good work. Do I have... I don't think I have any constellations to throw in. Oh yeah, I have to make candies for all of this. I completely forgot. Oh, I got the slippery grapes enough. I don't have any of these other things on me. I'm very close on getting those, though. The only thing I'm missing there is the pom-pom feathers. For both our goals, I hope you'll continue up the hard work and your donations. What interesting things have you brought for me today? Yeah, I have to keep at least 3 of those fish so I can give them to somebody in the morning. I'm still not sure about it because I do miss the chaos with the ungrateful children bringing a smile to my face. Well, I mean, I'm sure you'll still see chaos. Anyone who has watched the episode of Bob's Fridge from Distractable will tell you that there's probably going to be chaos. Whether you intend for it or not. They go drop off some things in the basement. And sometimes that chaos may involve children. I'm thinking... Let's do one of these. Oh, right. If I pump water, it makes it go by faster. That's what it was. Man, I can't make any of that with that. Damn it. Just go ahead and make some more from that. Put you here. And I guess in the morning I'll go do those constellations while I'm at it. Yeah. There we go. Alright. Have fun. Don't get locked up in the reformatory though. Oh. I'm probably gonna be going to bed here shortly myself. But I want to at least hand in these quests. Hello, Ellie. During my recent conversation with the villagers on the restoration of Witch's House, we talked about recipe sharing traditions. Here are recipes me and the other villagers managed to gather for you. I thought it best to hand them over to you in one go. Have a lovely day. Holy shit. That's a lot. Okay. They really just gave me a little bit of everything, huh? Cool. Alright. Hello, Edgar. I can feel you by my feet. Oh, don't lick my leg like that. It makes me have to pee. Would you like on my lap? Yes, Edgar? I'm not going to be staying up too much later. I know that you're worried and you would like me to go to bed. Where on earth? Come on. Yeah, cutie. Yeah? You're being cute. Oh, now you want pets? You're being cute and want pets? Oh, good. He's over here today. Ooh, take the moment. Get the big bubble. Alright. You have 3 blind fish, Freddy? Yes. Freddy, I got you 3 blind fish. Can you cook now?
Yep. I can get up to it at once, since I've got all the ingredients.
I can't wait. A blind fish dish.
Well, don't be too positive. I'm not a good cook.
It's okay. It'd be best if you succeeded, but you can always practice more if you fail.
You're such an optimist.
So I am. Now that I found out that both Freddy and Cats like fish.
Speaking of which, I still don't get it. Why must you feed fish to cats?
Well, because they like to eat fish. If they like to eat fish, they will like a person who feeds them fish. That way we will be friends.
To feed them fish, you'll just need to leave the fish on the ground. They'll help themselves.
That'll work, but I also want them to know that the fish are the fruit of my hard work.
I wonder where you get all these strange ideas. I never wanted to make friends with cats. Anyway, is that all you wanted to say to me?
Well, for now, yes.
On our way, then. Oh, since you got me fish, here, you can have this.
Thanks. I'll think about how to feed the fish to them. What do you think, Virgil? Shall I feed them fish the way I feed them apples? Cats wouldn't mind if I place them on the ground, just like if I throw it to them, right? Like you said, they will enjoy it even if you simply throw it at them. But you want them to know that the fish is from you. Right. I'm doing this because I want to be their friend. In that case, you should somehow let the cats know that you are the one providing the fish. Indeed, they will be more willing to befriend me if they know I'm the one making the efforts to prepare them food. Remember what Freddy said about some cats staring at blind fish only? Uh-huh. That means cats also have preferences. So if I get them their favorite fish, they'll be impressed by your sincerity. Exactly. All the more reason to fish hard now. Well, that's a good effort. I suppose the cats will come over if I fill the bowl with fish they like. There should be some rules so that the cats will know that the fish are from you. Nothing will bring us closer than familiarity. Right. And I need to always place the fish at the same spot so the cats remember it. Okay, so we're setting them up with a fish bowl, essentially. Oh, come on. I want to make sure that my ads thing doesn't go off soon. I must sincerely place the fish on a box or something. Wouldn't a bowl be better than a box? It'll look more decent, too. Yeah, that's something I was trying to say. But where can I get a bowl for cats? There doesn't seem to be any bowls at the, to spare at the witch's house. Maybe you can look around the village. Shall I go to Aria? As a grocer, she may sell cats food bowls. What are you waiting for, then? Just show me your ability of jumping into action. That's the plan. All right, so... Ooh. Real quick, let's get this fish before we, All right, come on. Give it to me quick so I can get out of here. Oh. That's one of them. It wasn't even what I came here for. Right. Whoop. What did I need from this area again? I can't remember.
something simplistic. Oh, wait. While I'm at it, I know I'm going to need branches. I think I need 10 more. And this should be enough. Just in case, it doesn't hurt to have extra branches. Oh. This way I can repair more things if I need to. Alright. Come on. That one rock. That one rock always messes me up. Every time. Come on. I'm going to do a couple things here, but... First thing I'm going to do is go appraise all this stuff. What brings you here today? Appraise. Good. I can do all at once. Good. Huh. Okay, I can do 10 at once. 10 at once noted. Ooh. All right, praise. Ooh, Libra. All right. Donate. I have some potions I think I could donate, right? No, I don't. I don't have the candies. I can donate one of the blind fish. Ah, sorry, I was a bit startled. I wonder if the star of the first witch found was even brighter than this. Looking at these star crystals, that thought crosses my mind sometimes. Thanks to you, I've gained another piece of knowledge. Thank you. I look forward to your donations. And that's the only one for those that I have. Okay, I have a few more here. Donate all of these. Then we have one celestial eye. And then I have one piece of mud. Something about witches always being covered in mud. I don't mean anything by it. I'm just saying you're exactly the kind of witch I'd hope you'd be. Your results surprise me every time. Keep up the good work. Pom-pom tail feathers. That's what it was. Yeah. For both our goals, I hope you'll continue to work hard on your donations. That's it. Yeah, because I only have, like, one other one remaining. Oh, is this how they got that broken out? This is gonna be the constellation room. Oh, hey, Diane. Ellie, what a pleasant surprise. I don't think I often see you around here. Indeed. What's up, Diane? I got friends at the records department.
They say Wisteria now has a records museum, so I've come to take a look. It's the administration's duty to check on whether the records department is managing the records museum as required. That's what I'm here for. After all, I'm also a witch, so I'm interested in the materials one can gather from around the village. Huh, can I deliver candies here? Sorry, but I'm afraid not. Preparation is needed for handling deliveries and other business. If you want my service, please ring the bell in front of the garden. Alright, I'll use the bell when I want to reach you. Take your time, look around. Well, I got a couple down. Just a few, though. Well, I'm making good progress. Yeah, I figured I didn't have enough stamina. It's fine. I know I need multiple of each candy, though. As well. Not that any of that is progressing the main story at all, but... I'm sorry, what was that? Well, I happen to be on my way back from the museum. You give me more, huh? Hey, I'll take it. Yes, I know, Bun Buns. Alright, let's go save it. I think that's where I'm gonna go wrap up stream. It's been about 4 hours, and that's a good pause point, I think. Perfect. Alright. Well, Edgar, would you like to say goodbye to the people? Would you like to say goodbye? Not to me, but to them. Yeah? I know, you want to go see Peace too. You could lay back down. I'll let you know when we're getting ready for bed, okay? Alright. Well, I think I've managed to successfully end a snooze. Alright. Everybody else? Alright. Good night, Red Platform. I will be seeing you guys next week. There's no stream tomorrow. Friendly reminder. I'm going to, like, several things tomorrow. So... lay back down. Don't try to get on my desk. So good night, Red Platform people. I'll see you guys. Hi. Yes. I'll see you guys, like next something-ish. Hi. Yes, cutie? Okay. And Purple Platform people, we're gonna